So I'm a day late doing this. I normally do it on Thursday, and today is Friday, December 26th, and today I am celebrating 36 years of continuous sobriety, which is a miracle. And I've now been sober for twice as long as I've been in my active alcoholism and drug addiction. So you guys, welcome to I Am the Change. I am Michelle Simon, and I broke up with fear, shame, and guilt in 2019, and I've reported back to you every week. This is my last video of 2025, and this is my 7th year of doing my videos, so I haven't missed a week yet, which is a miracle. I have been given the gift of consistency, and for anybody who knows me, knows this about me. Anyway, and the shame. I went through years of being embarrassed to celebrate my sobriety anniversary / birthday because I was brought up in a house where you shouldn't celebrate something you never should have been in the first place. And it took me a long time to work through that in my sobriety. And I had to go to, I was able to go, and I still go to ACA, which is Adult Children of Alcoholics and Dysfunctional Families, which includes the entire world, just so you know. So anyway, you guys, I was talking to you about my life and my shame and all of the stuff in between, and I have the wonderful Ronavirus, which is the common cold virus. I went to Texas last week to surprise my brother for his 50th birthday. Last Friday, I flew out of Philadelphia and went to Texas. I did not make it to get the soft pretzels. I went down the whole wrong hallway. By the time I got back, I was going to miss my flight. So he only got tasty cakes from Philadelphia and my beautiful self, you know. And then on top of that, he ended up being not surprised. They had to tell him on Thursday night that I was coming just because my brother and my sister-in-law have 6 kids between them, and everybody's going in different directions. So they held out the secret that I was coming until Thursday night, which was way longer than I could ever do. You guys, I cannot keep secrets. I can if somebody else gives me one and tells me something very personal about themselves and not to share it with other people. That I can do. But anything else, I cannot keep a secret. I dated a guy once, and instead of telling me to keep my mouth shut, he threatened everybody who came near me. Don't even ask her, because I would tell you. I could not wait to give people their Christmas presents. If I got them too early, I would give them to them early. I cannot hold on to secrets and surprises, especially when they're fabulous ones and fun ones. I can't do it anymore. And I was never good at it. And I used to be embarrassed and ashamed of that too. Like, Michelle can't keep a secret. And really, I'm not good at it. And, you know, being in recovery in multiple 12-step programs, secrets keep you sick, and they keep you stuck, and they keep you in places that I don't think anybody wants to see you be in, which is feeling alone and trapped. And a lot of times holding the stuff in, it comes out physically in your body. It comes out in my body, and you guys have seen me go through my neck and back, my 4th neck surgery, chronic pain, car accidents, GI stuff. I'm healing from all of I had ulcers, and I'm now cell reducing, which I started in June, and I have not missed that since I started. So that's over 6 months of cell reducing. Actually, it'll be 6 months, the end of this month. Also, I've learned how to, instead of go balls to the wall, start off everything at 100% and then have to constantly remove things. What I've learned how to do is how to start slow and add into what I'm doing instead of putting too much on my plate, not being able to do it, and then feeling like a total failure, which is how I used to feel all the time. So I was in rehab for the second time in January of 1990, and I went to my first rehab in August of 1989 when all the kids that I knew from high school were going to college. I was in my first rehab and so ashamed and embarrassed of that. People are going to learn how to, live their life, and I am being punished is what it felt like at the time. And I didn't want anybody to know that I was, I had the disease of addiction, because it doesn't feel like a disease. It feels like an excuse. And I don't know if you guys have seen lately the video on TMZ that went viral about this guy from Ned's Declassified, and somebody he's homeless, and they tried to get him a hotel room, and he sabotaged the hotel room and his way to stay there. And a lot of times with addiction, we think we can throw a job at it, a car at it, a hotel at it, money at it, and hope it goes away. It doesn't. Like, really, until the person reaches out for help, it does not work. And I was able, only because it came out of my mouth and I wasn't expecting it. This is my first spiritual awakening before I knew what spiritual awakenings were, is I said out loud on Christmas Eve of 1989 to my mom that I needed help, and I couldn't stop. And that was the first time in my life I knew I could not stop myself. And after that, the next day, I was so paranoid. I couldn't look out the window. I thought people were coming to get me. I thought people were calling to get me. I was so paranoid. And she told me to call the rehab that I went to in August of 89, and I did not want to call there, but I did. I was so embarrassed because I thought they would laugh and make fun of me, because that's what happened in the house I grew up in. Whenever you couldn't do something, they would laugh and make fun of you, to the point that I could not admit a mistake or say that I was wrong or even apologize, because it would just get worse from there. However, I called anyway, and I swear to God, an angel answered this phone. I don't remember her name. I feel like I kind of know who it is, but I'm not sure. And she did not shame me or guilt me or make me feel bad at all. She said, "Why don't you go to a meeting and share?" And that's what I was able to do. I don't even know what I said. I just started crying out loud, and people were so nice to me. And I stayed sober that entire week before I got into rehab the second time. And now I was an adult. I was officially 18, because the first time I went, I was 17. So my mom put me in and I couldn't sign myself out. But this time I was an adult and I signed myself in. And anyway, when I was sitting in chairs, rehab, first of all this shit comes out at the holidays. I don't care who you are. Christmas, Thanksgiving, New Year's, it's all coming up, and it comes out, and it gets big and loud. And a lot of times you can't sweep this stuff under the rug. So anyway, in the rehab, they had us all stand up and say the statistics. You guys, I had to go to speech therapy for S's, so it's still hard for me to say. But the statistics show that most people will relapse, and then a lot of people will die. And they said only 2 people in that room, and it was packed because it was after New Year's. The rehabs will be full in January. Well, anyway, they said only 2 of us in that room would stay sober. and I'm one of the two. And I can't even believe it. I have so much more to tell you guys, and I feel like I can't talk for that long, so I'll do another video next week. But my son Angelo is home visiting. I'm sick, and I'm grateful. So stay tuned, stay safe, and I will see you all next week.